Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people from all over the world, this is G with Studio Athletics. Today I'm going to talk about failure and the Isomax. Studies show when it comes to hypertrophy, failure, getting close to failure in intensity is the most important part. We can achieve this using the Isomax. I have two examples for you today. In the first example here, we have me, that's G, doing the chest press with the Isomax. Okay, so here's the chest press. This is 6 sets of 6 seconds. And my first set, I take it as just a baseline. Okay, and here I think the number is 166. Okay, that's my baseline, 166 pounds. Here's set two. This is where I want to beat my first set. This is really where I go after it here. Okay, I don't want to leave anything on the table here. Pressing and breathing, I should beat it here in my second set. And yes, I do. That's 177. Now, at some point here, this is the third set here of 6 seconds. At some point here, I'm going to start to get weaker. And that's what we're trying to do as we're lifting weights or doing isometrics. We're trying to get weaker in the muscle. Okay, here is set number 4. I believe that I stay consistent around the 177 range, but I feel myself getting a little bit weaker here. And what do I get with set 4? 174. Okay, I'm slowly getting weaker. My high was 177. I'm 3 pounds weaker. Let's see what we got here. This is set 5. Now you need to be fatigued. This is where we're starting to hit failure. Let's see what we got. 144. So a big drop off of 30 pounds. I'm still giving it my all here. I'm in the same biomechanical positioning. Here's my last set. I've hit failure. I'm going to really drive into this and make sure I get full failure here. And let's see what we get. 144. Okay, so let's review quickly here. Your first set on the Isomax of your 6 sets is to set a baseline. Okay, this is like a batter. You're a batter, you're in the box, you're taking the first pitch, you're seeing what you got. The second pitch is coming here. This is where you want to swing. Okay, so on my second one, I got about 177. My third set, 174. My fourth set was 173. Now I'm starting to get weak. Okay. I'm going to set my baseline at 177, and anything below that to me is failure. Let me discuss this a little bit further. Say you're doing 175 pounds on the bench press, okay, and you fail at a certain point of range of motion. You're failing not at 140 pounds, not at 130. You're failing at 175 pounds. Same idea with the Isomax. Get a set number in your head of your high, probably your second or third set, and work to get below that. A lot of my clients get super frustrated with working out when they get weak in the gym, or they don't hit a certain set, or they don't hit a certain weight. I said, why are you getting mad? We're trying to fatigue the muscles here. That's the point of us working out, is weakening the muscles in the gym. Okay, so then I get to my 5th set. Now I've dropped off 30 pounds and I hit 140. I've hit failure because I've deemed failure anything under 170. And then my 6th set, I just imagine like doing a forced rep or a drop set or anything that dives deeper into failure. The 6th set, you've hit failure on the 5th one. The 6th set is saying, all right, I'm going to see if I can maximize failure. Okay, that is one way of doing failure using the Isomax. Let's add the next option. Okay, here we go. We're in my studio here. I'm going to actually let the sound. Here we go. I'm doing a time deadlift. It's going to continue to beep until 45 seconds has elapsed. Okay, a couple things here. This is my first time using the Isomax. Like, I literally just opened it up out of the box the first time doing this. As you can see here, I'm a little bit rounded in the spine, and that's not great, but I know my body mechanics and I know what I can do without hurting my back. So I'm okay with a little bit of a round in the spine here. I've also set the Isomax super low here. I've set the bar super low. If any of you've done the Isomax, there's options with the deadlift. You can go very low below the knees, which is extremely hard. Then you go at the knees, which is less hard. Then you go above the knees, which is where you're going to get your 500, 600, 7-pound pull. Okay, here I'm super low. And this is before I really started to get familiar with the Isometrics. So I did a timed deadlift. The timed mode on the Isometrics, it's really the load mode. You set a load, maybe I set a load of like 150 or 100 pounds here. And every time you hit that load, it beeps. So I'm trying to have it beep for 45 seconds. When it doesn't beep anymore, you can no longer sustain that force output. So you are no longer putting out 150 pounds. To me, that means you've hit failure. This is just another way of doing failure on the Isometrics. So let's see what we get here. I'm gonna let this play for a little bit.
As long as I continue to keep it above 100 pounds.
Okay, 100 pounds is
I'm at about 130 pounds
target.
right now. Now I'm at 150, 160. I just got to hold here. We're going all 45 seconds. And I got to breathe and really battle through this here. My back is starting to get fatigued. Really challenging. It's getting down towards 115, 110, 110. And there it is.
Okay. So I have succeeded in my goal as to hit 45 seconds above 100 pounds here. But if you heard me, I started at about 140 pounds and then slowly it went down to 130, 120, 110. I never got below 100 pounds. If I were to do it again, I would hold this position until I got below 100 pounds and I didn't hear the beeps any longer. But this is hitting failure. I started at 140. I ended up at 120 or 110. There's two ways to hit failure on the Isometrics. They're both very difficult. They're both demanding and they're both fun. That is the timed mode and trying to not hear a beep. And then the second one is 6 sets of 6 seconds in hopes that your 5th and 6th set are below your 1st and 2nd set. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about that? With failure, you can't beat it. You can't beat the Isometrics with Isometrics and working in the most important aspect of muscle growth, and that is failure. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people from all over the world, this is G. My niche is high intensity training, 1 set to failure, and Isometrics using the wall, the Isomax, the bull worker, and an invention that I created myself called the Iso Rack, which you can find on my YouTube channel, which is Studio Athletics. Please do me a favor and subscribe. I mean, you're not really doing me a favor. You're doing yourself a favor so that you get my content. I try to be honest and give you the information that I've experienced. I don't try to sell you anything. I'm not trying to use marketing words to get your attention. I just try and give you the information that you need. I'm all natural. I'm an honest man. I do the best that I can. That's the best that I can do. And I think that my demographic are just dads and people around the world that are trying to stay fit so they can wear some tank tops in the summer, although it's about to be winter here. And people that don't want to do drugs and are not overly obsessive with exercise. I'm not an extremist. I'm not obsessive. I just like to use science and use it in my advantage so that I can be healthy for a long term and provide for my family. And I think that you guys are trying to do the same. If you're trying to do the same, take the muscles to muscular failure and work in Isometrics to your routine. Again, if you want to hear more information on that, go to my YouTube channel, give me some feedback. I'm trying to build a community here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people from all over the world, G Studio Athletics, over and out.